What's up, guys? It is the next day, so a little more sober, a little more ready to start working on things. So I grabbed the 2-jaw puller from the shop. The one I had down here is too big, and then I was hoping that this one would work, but the teeth are too big, so I have to grind away at this to get in between the gear, but a 2-jaw kind of grabs on. It's just inconvenient. I need this style, but half the tooth depth, or width rather. That's just too wide to fit through the holes on here. 2-jaw works, but you gotta chuck it up first and then tighten up your little pinch bolts. So we're gonna pop this flywheel, or the gear, off, hopefully. And then I got the pullers for the flywheel over here, so we'll go through all that. Pups are out here now. We're just gonna try and get the rest of the case disassembled. I took all of the bolts out already, so we should be in pretty good shape on that. And I got the rubbers for the wheels. All the parts showed up, so I got the rubbers mounted. Was gonna try putting the wheels together today, but the brake plates we decided to coat as well. So update you guys on that in the next video, once all of this should be done by the weekend. And then it's gonna be just kind of starting to slap things back together. So let me get you guys set up. I'll drop you on the tripod. Hopefully this will work and yank this gear off. It's probably not been off in 40, 50 some years. I'd say, yeah, close to 50 years. So see how this goes. Hopefully the puller holds up. Quality Harbor Freight special. Let's get into it. So it's probably not the best idea to try this with an impact, but I'm lazy. Let's see what happens. Getting a little crooked here. She's gonna fight me. That's fun. I don't know if I'm better off with a ratchet or with an impact. I'll move you guys a little bit here. This is kind of inconvenient. It wants to spin and I don't have a second set of hands. So something's gonna give here, right? I mean, I could torch this to probably help a little bit. Extra graceful. Okay, she's gonna fight, so I think I'm gonna torch the gear. Just map gas, nothing too crazy. Try and cheat it a little bit. This puller is not my favorite design. I can't really get a 3-jaw to line up that well either. It's extremely inconvenient. Try and shimmy this a little bit better before we start getting it crazy hot. She's warm. So let's see what we can do here. I really just wish I had the right puller. It'd make this so much easier. Close enough. Let's get her hot. If this doesn't work, I do have one more 3-jaw that I might be able to get to from the inside and then kind of tweak a little bit and catch the outside, but let's see what happens. Terrible. I don't even have gloves. Do I have gloves up here? This thing's a little toasty. if everything wasn't free spinning too, but come on. Come on. Just cooperate. Keeps wanting to twist and get sideways here. So annoying. There she goes. So basically, if you didn't see, jammed a screwdriver through here just to separate it, but she was on there tight, that is for sure. So now, let's see if I can get my tool out. She's toasty. And it didn't break, so I consider that a win. Now I got the gear out, so that's a plus. It's very hot. Gasket broke. We're replacing all these. So we got all of the new parts in now. And then, let's see if I can stash this over on the other side of the important stuff section. Put this over here on the table, try not to melt anything, because that's warm. So there we go. Now we have all the crank stuff free on this side. We'll flop this over, and hopefully we have a little bit of better luck on the puller for this side. There we go. 13. Okay. There is a magnet, well, sorry, not a magnet, there's a washer that I got stuck in here too. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that one out right now. Yeah, I'll try and break it free first. Let me grab some puller tools and I'll show you how those work. So these are the flywheel pullers. This is a 19 mil by 1 thread pitch. So this will thread in to the flywheel. So, back the nut off so that's all the way down, and tighten this up so it's flush on the flywheel now. Don't mind the WrestleMania going on over there, knock it off. I love the dogs, but they are so annoying today. So we'll do this, and what are you, 19? I'll try it with an impact anyway. Just because we're feeling lazy. Come on. What's wrong with my socket? Just like that. Pops this free. What do we get stuck on here? It up. Probably hung up on the washer. So that's off the, oh, just bottomed it out. So there's a longer extension on here too, but I don't think we're gonna need it. We'll find out here shortly. Nope. There we go. Now the washer's still in there. Put the nut back in here for this ignition. It's so clean in here though. Very nice. So we'll lay that over on the important parts pile. Then think I might actually mark timing on this. We're gonna have to retime the whole thing anyway, but maybe I'll just put a quick reference mark along here somewhere. Just scribing it with the screwdriver. Don't know if we'll come back to that, but at least get a rough reference line. Makes it a little bit easier. So we're not starting completely from scratch. Then we'll grab another flathead. All my good flatheads are inside. But we'll pop the ignition off. Point system. Everything in here is very minty, so I'm glad with that. I don't think we're going to have any issues getting these rerunning or put back up, especially with how clean this is. You got a washer and some flathead screws to hold the plate in. I guess it would make sense if you could see what I'm doing, huh? Washer and flatheads. So I'm going to drop these right into the magnet too so I don't lose them. This is so clean. Thoroughly impressed by that. And that should be it. Now, this should pop up. Magnets feel nice and strong. So there's our ignition. What else do we have in here? Now we just got the case bolts, which I'll separate because those will get in our way from taking this apart. And basically, I got two piles going right now. So this is all the important motor stuff, clutches, shifter shaft or starter clutch engagement shaft, and then the hardware for the clutch basket and things like that. And then everything else is in the bin that I don't need right now. So now we'll pop these out. Leave the motor mount bolts over here. And then we should be pretty much good to go. We're gonna need a little bit of heat would help too. I'm wondering if I should split the case here or if I should try and do it at the shop. If I put this in the oven for a couple minutes, it should pound free. I'll give it a couple soft whacks with a dead blow, see if anything moves. Ooh, keyway, 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 keyway. Where did my woodruff key go? Okay, so I might need to find a woodruff key because I am missing one on this side. Okay. Well, as of right now, it's kind of looking like I might bring this to the shop and torch it. Yeah, that's gonna happen because I don't want to keep banging on this too much. Since we are reusing this crank, rear shaft's fine. So essentially what we're gonna do is get this, you got your seals here, your bearings here. Underneath the bearing you got two crank bearings up front. I don't know if I'm gonna replace these because these are soaked in oil. These ones typically are okay. We'll take a look at the kit when I get that, what's included in the bearings. But these crank bearings will 100% be getting replaced. So I think I'm going to bring this to the shop, just throw this in the oven, get it hot. It's all going to go over there to get blasted anyway. But that is a good start, at least. So I got the hard stuff off. Now I just got to figure out how to separate the cases. Well, that was short-lived. The two-jaw puller did work somehow. I don't know how. Didn't work well, a little bit of heat and lining it up, but we got that main gear off. This is a 1-speed motor, which is fine because I do have upgraded clutches. Anyways, that's gonna sit. I can't split the case if I start pounding on it or trying to torch it and heat things up. I have a powder coating shop with an oven, so it makes more sense for me to not fight that right now. Bring that to the shop tomorrow, and then after work, after the day job tomorrow, when I get up to the shop, we will throw this in the oven for 20 minutes, get it nice and hot, and then a couple love taps with the dead blow should split that case pretty easy. But on the parts order, we got new gasket set, so got the new case gasket and the covers. I don't know what we're gonna do for the head gasket, and this base gasket doesn't matter, but we needed that. Brand new Garelli kit that I haven't opened yet. New connecting rod bearing. And we're going to swap out all of the hardware for Allen's, so full kit for that, which in total, I think we don't have a carburetor yet. I don't have an intake. I'm gonna have to make an intake, but that's gonna be a little bit of fab work. We got the tires and tubes hooked up on these wheels, but I can't put those together until the brake plates get here. So here's the other bin of bag and tagged miscellaneous goodies. We can run it on a 15 mil carb. It's boring. I want something to go a little bit quicker. My goal is I think I kept saying 50 last night, but ideally if I can hit high 40s on this, I would be very happy. I don't know what I have in terms of sprockets, and I really don't want to have to lay all this out and start recutting the chain, readjusting the chain for different gearings. We'll see what I got between the two sets of wheels. That was the one that came on it, and then I got a stock sprocket off of the mags as well, so we'll figure out what's gonna get us a little bit closer. And with a 1-speed clutch, I don't like heat, so try and keep it in a happy medium range and see what happens. I mean, set up, well running, getting up to 45, 50 miles an hour, somewhere in between there. I think that's feasible on the stock clutch. I don't really know. Not a super expert on Garellis. Had a couple of them, kitted a couple of them. They're a blast when they're done, but I was more into the Motobicanes than anything else. So that's gonna wrap up this video. Tomorrow, we'll dig into the cases. So I'll try and remember to bring the GoPro to the shop. If not, it's basically going in the oven, and we're gonna start love tapping the crank. That'll separate this and then bring it back here and finish the disassembly. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all those other fun things. This hopefully will all be back together in the next week or so. I do have some grinding to do on the case, just to transfer match everything on the ports, which we will go through, and then we can start slapping all this back together and get this out of here, and then I gotta dig out the Super Glide. So that's the game plan. We will catch you on the next one.